Hi guys, welcome to the Watkins Way Kitchen. Today we're going to make fried chicken. It's one of my most requested recipes. Don't go away. Alright, so our ingredients for our fried chicken is we're going to use Crisco. I'm going to cook it in an electric skillet. This electric skillet's got to be 50, 60 years old. It's still working. I was actually surprised I still had one. I'm going to melt the Crisco in there. I got just an all-purpose flour. I've put some salt and pepper in here. I've got buttermilk. I got my chicken that's been in a saltwater brine since yesterday afternoon, so it's been almost 24 hours that it's been in this brine. So the first thing we do, we're gonna get our chicken and get it out of here. I wanna dry it off a little bit, so I'm gonna put it on some paper towels. I've got chicken legs, 2 chicken breasts, and 2 wings. So we're going to dry this up, and that's pretty dry, so I'm going to move this over to my buttermilk. This is my mom's recipe, and she was known for making the best fried chicken in our family, and our family has some really great cooks. So anyway, let's put this in here, and all we got to do is we just want to get it coated in our buttermilk. And I'm gonna lay it in flour, and we're just gonna coat it a little bit, and I'm just gonna leave that laying there. Add this in. We're gonna do a couple of the wings, and try not to splash flour everywhere. So we just want to coat this, and I want to leave it setting in here for a little bit, because as you can see right here, the flour is kind of soaking into the chicken, the skin, and the wetness of it and everything. That's what we want. I don't want to put it in my skillet with our grease and everything until the flour is kind of just coated the chicken really good. So let's set that over there. All right, I think we're about ready to fry our chicken. I got my electric skillet set at 350 degrees. I just want to double check. What I want to do is make sure it's hot. Throw a little water in there. Yep, that's hot. So let me show you what I did here. I got the chicken all breaded, and I want to let it set out. I want the flour and the buttermilk and all the spices to kind of just soak into the chicken a little bit. And so all of this is just like that. So what we want to do, I'm going to put it in. I'm going to put the bone side down first. I'm just going to lay that in there. And the other breasts are going to be the same way. Bone side down. Doesn't matter with the legs. Just lay them in there. Now here's the important thing. This is what my mom just always told me. She goes, once you get it in there, don't move it. Don't turn it around. Don't be picking it up. Just leave it there for 20 minutes. She said, cover this thing right here. She just walk away, set your timer for 20 minutes, come back, then you flip it over a little bit, another 20 minutes, chicken is done. All right, so we did our chicken. My mom's recipe says put this chicken in at 350 degrees and about a ½ inch of Crisco. So don't touch it for 20 minutes. So I did that. I flipped it over. Our 20 minutes is just about up. But I want to tell you a little story. When I was born, we lived in a little town in eastern Kentucky called Corbin, Kentucky. And my grandfather, on my dad's side, he owned a wholesale grocery company. And there was this, remember that chicken guy, Colonel Sanders? So Colonel Sanders in town, he owned a Shell station. So my dad was a salesman for the wholesale grocery company, and my dad would tell me that they would take all their delivery trucks over for Colonel Sanders to service. And he was actually serving his fried chicken at the gas station. I don't know if he made it at home or made it. My dad said there was a little table out front, and he had something that looked like a pressure cooker that he was making it with. So they were all friends. And here's the reason I think that maybe my mom's chicken is so good. I know she didn't get those 11 herbs and spices, but you know what? He might have gave her a tip, because when I was growing up, everybody wanted my mom's fried chicken. So, you know, that's my story. All right, so we've done 20 minutes on one side, 20 minutes on the other side. And I'll tell you what, you should make this. You don't have to make it in a electric skillet, but you know, you can make it in a cast iron skillet or whatever. The best thing to do is use the Crisco. I went through almost that whole can of Crisco because I want this a ½ inch deep in Crisco. So anyway, thanks for watching. Here's our fried chicken, Kentucky Fried Chicken. All right, so we just made our fried chicken, and I just took a little sample of it. It really is good. Today we're going to make a Brandy Alexander. The Brandy Alexander was first made in New York City at a hotel called the Rector's Hotel and Restaurant. And the bartender, his name was Troy Alexander, and he made this drink in 1916. When I was a bartender 50 years ago, I couldn't work a shift without making probably 10 or 15 of these things. It was very popular back then. Today, not so much. But anyway, so here, let's get going. We're gonna use some cognac. And it's 2 parts cognac, 1 part cream de cocoa. And I'm gonna use a little half and half, and then I'm gonna use some vanilla ice cream. It makes it kind of like an adult milkshake. So cream de cocoa, 1 part. I use 2 parts of the cognac. All right, now I'm gonna put some ice cream in. Okay, that's our vanilla ice cream. And the reason I'm putting this half and half in here, the ice cream will blend a little bit better. All right, I always make a little extra, just, you know, when I was a bartender, every time I made a drink, I'd make a little extra. I just want to make sure it's good, so I can take a little sip of it. So that's our Brandy Alexander. I got a little bit left over. Now our garnish is going to be nutmeg. So we're just going to sprinkle just a little bit of nutmeg. Kind of go around the end, a little bit in the center. All right, that's our Brandy Alexander that was first made in 1916 at the Rector's Hotel and Restaurant in New York City. Thanks guys for watching. I'm going to be busy for the next probably about 2 or 3 minutes. All right, see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye.